The 10th chase race of the Gatorade Cup Series, season number 8, heads to the Rockingham Speedway in North Carolina for the Toyota 400. 60 laps around this just over 1 mile in length oval. And on the pole is the number 12 of Roberto Rivera, and 2's outside is the 16 of Adam McDowell. Then third we have Charles Robert, 4th is Keegan Thompson, rounding out the top 5 is Anton Charlebois. Then 6th we have Mathis Wells, 7th place is Sebastian Kukulon, 8th is Greg Torres, and 9th we have Danny Lloyd with Diego Yepes rounding out the top 10. Looking at the rest of the field, there's Max Anderson, 2's inside is Carter Friesen. Then we have Trip McGinnis, 2's inside is Code Luigi, along with Steve Larker and Joe Jefferson. Then there's Patrick Smith and Landon Lyons. Then with Lawrence Palempon and Nathan Stapleton, along with Jonathan Beeford and Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Then there's Justin Lightning and Jeff Bright, along with Anthony Hernandez and Pena Salada. Then there's Tim Gary and Ryan Taylor, Alexander Rowe with Oliver Galloway. Then there's Jacob Davidson and Jay Jefferson, Dale Lightning with Riley Sampson. Then we have Luke Rainey and Eli Bright, Stephen Taylor with TJ Hanley, along with Jake Galloway and Josh Crash. And in the final is Derek Hamill, the 75, 2's outside the 17 of Levi Shones. So there's our 42-car field for the Toyota 400 here at Rockingham. Let's get going with our starting command. And the field rolling off the starting grid for 60 laps at the Rockingham Speedway. Chase race number 10, 3 races left in the season, and to crown a champion. Coming into this race, it's a very close points battle. Trip McGinnis has a 1-point advantage over Jacob Davidson, 4 points over Max Anderson, 5 points over Stephen Taylor. Those 4 right now with the shot championship. If all 4 of them have a bad day, 5th on back will have a shot. 60 laps at Rockingham. Roberto Rivera on the pole, and McDowell to his outside. Work green at Rockingham. Trouble already for pole steer Roberto Rivera. Got out to a great jump, but comes down to the pits. Now 3 wide, trying to get around. Here comes Charles Robert to lead the lap with a double zero in second. Danny Lloyd for third. Carter Friesen for 4th. And drama already here at Rockingham. Our pole sitter and race leader down Fair Road. 3 wide in the pack. Yeah, they're racing hard in the pack, trying to get in every position they can with these fresh tires, with these fresh Goodyear tires with all the rubber on them. Fastest you will ever be throughout this race. To the inside, looking for the lead comes Anton Charlebois. Danny Lloyd behind the 56. Here they come to turn 1, so the 12 with an issue from the race. He's rocketed out to the front. Very surprised their yellow flag is in the air. It happens down the front stretch. Wells, Sampson, and Diego Yepes with Pena Salada involved. A few cars get damaged as they're racing back now to the caution flag. Charles Robert out front, Anthony Charlebois second, Danny Lloyd third. That's how they will be at the start finish line. Friesen in 4th and Luigi in 5th. So drama already at Rockingham. Pole sitter ends up having to come down pit road with an issue. And now they wreck on the front stretch, and Mathis Wells starts inside the top 10, involved in the 18. Let's see what happens. Caution is out here at Rockingham in the Toyota 400. They got 4 wide, and 4 wide does not work here at Rockingham. 3 wide can barely work. 4 wide, though, never going to work. See, Lawrence Palempon in the middle with Mathis Wells. The 18 and the 24 make contact up and Diego Yepes. Palempon gets some pretty heavy damage there to the outside, while McGinnis, our points leader, stops and gets by the A7. Here comes the 7. Sampson cannot slow down the winner at Texas. Into the back of the 77 Salada, almost spinning the 77 out. The caution is out, and we do have some damaged cars, including Chaser Pena Salada and Chaser Lawrence Palempon. Salada down to the battle, basically. And the 24 was 12 points behind, so needed a great result. But right here, that heavy right side damage, how will it affect that 24 car and the handling? See, 4 cars, 5 cars really getting damaged from this. And in the race back, Charles Sharp with 9 wins the race back to the start finish with Anton Charlebois in 2nd. And the number 9 will have to deal with a restart. Robert out front here at Rockingham. Going green this time by on lap number 8. Charles Sharp with the 9 out front. But the big story is that his teammate Josh Crash, under this caution flag, has lost a header. The 43 came into this day tied with the 24, 12 points by need. A great day and a lot of points to gain, the amount of points they needed in these final 2 races. But now the 43 out and all championship chances might be over. Roberto Rivera only 1 lap down the 12, but once again a lap down that's going to be pretty hard to recover from. 40 cars on the lead lap. The 9 of Charles Harper leads into Charlebois. Danny Lloyd, Carter Friesen, and Cole Luigi on the restart lap 8. Green flag back in the air. A few cars go high and clean. Chaser Cole Luigi. He got into the wall, way up against the wall. Joe Jefferson may have been in the wall through 1 and 2. Looks like he may have gotten off a bit. But now there are a few on the wall back there. Across the corner, down the back stretch. Trying to get sorted out. Some cars do get in line. No crash yet. Joe Jefferson up top. Falling back. Front three pull away. Then for fourth, Luigi on Danny Loy's. Carter Friesen has gotten around the 56. Now Loy continuing to fall through the field. Friesen getting on the front two to turn one. Luigi, one of our chasers. He is 14 points out of the points lead. So he needs a great result here at Rockingham. He needs help from the others as well to gain the points he needs. Right now for the fourth, the 42 car. Fast right now, but can he keep it throughout the long haul? And one driver kept it throughout the long haul earlier in the season. Patrick Smith coming up inside the top 10. Winner of the Oriole 400 here at Rockingham earlier in the season. However, that was with lights on. It was a night race. So it's a lot different here with this daytime sun out. Track a little bit more slick. Tire wear maybe a little bit worse. We'll see what the 14 can do here. Coming to 50 to go. Smith has made his way up inside the top 10. For the lead, Charles Boss pressuring Charles Robert right here. His landlines pressure is Luigi for fourth. But the double zero is there to turn one. Looking a little bit lower through 1 and 2. It has a nose right there. They can see the great run through 1 and 2. To the inside, down the backstretch. Into Charles Boss, Charles Robert side by side to turn 3. Double zero keeps it down there. Drives it hard to the yellow line. Carter Friesen, a big run through 3 and 4. Look at the run he had. Under the 9, Robert might get to the inside. Friesen, a great 3 and 4, gets to the inside of the 9, Charles Robert. The runner-up last season, looking for a win here at Rockingham this season. To turn 1. Carter Friesen to second, now has to run down into Charles Boss. Charles Robert falls back to third. And now the 42 Luigi come forward. That would be a point. If the 42 get around the 9, that's a point. Drives it hard to the bottom for third. Luigi not playing around. To the inside off turn number 4. They race side by side with chaser Sebastian Kukulon in 5th. Kukulon now from 4th on Robert. The 42 clears. Kukulon gonna get by the 9 to grab 4th. Robert gonna settle in 5th on the racetrack. Look at Luigi blocking the 21 down low. Kukulon cannot make the move to the back of the 42 now. Look a little bit lower through 3 and 4. Kukulon is there off turn 4. Corner exit for that 21. Gets beside the 42 down the front stretch. And now to turn 1, the inside lane a little tight there through 1 and 2. Has to let the 42 gets away with the middle lane. Now Luigi closing in on Carter Friesen and went wide through 1 and 2. Down the back stretch. Now to turn 3. Luigi coming on Friesen. Look at the run he has through 3 and 4. 3 corner there for the 42. Trying to get away from the chasers behind the 21, the 9, and the 14. The Red Brigade coming forward here with Luigi. Chaser in front of that. Now to the inside, Carter Friesen for a second at the cross turn 2. Gets a good run down the back stretch. The inside lane work up to 42. He has the preferred lane through 3 and 4. He should be able to grab it. Dives to the yellow line through 3 and 4. He'll grab the second position away. Kukulon looking for third. Friesen falling back on the outside. So Kukulon will grab third at the start finish line. Friesen is clear to get down low if he can get down in front of the 9. Brigade tries it hard into the corner, trying to stay ahead, and it'll take 2 wheels. Carter Friesen does keep 4th from Charles Robert. The 9, a great run on corner exit, looking back to the inside, the 38 to turn 3. And Luigi is running into Charles Bois down that 42, looking pretty sporty right now. Until Charles Bois may have worn this stuff out. As you see, last lap he was 3 tenths slower than the 42 this lap at the start-finish line. He's about a tenth slower, but the 42 is there with the 21 right behind him. Kukulon coming forward as well. It's not going to chase for Sebastian Kukulon at all. In fact, he's eliminated from championship contention with 3 races left, but he just wants to go out and win whatever race he can now. Rockingham, a great racetrack to win at. Not only does the car have to be perfect, but the driver has to be in this race mentally and physically. It's a worn-out racetrack. Tires wear out big time. I mean, how you drive this track can definitely determine who gets the victory lane. Luigi right now doing a great job, but goes up the racetrack through 1 and 2, maybe trying a different lane out, maybe getting that dirtier. The double zero made him a little bit slower. He's trying something different, but he lost time that time to the 21, but gained on the double zero actually. Kukulon looking to the inside through 3 and 4 as the nose once again. Last time he did this, he got tight 1 and 2 down the bottom. Let's see if that happens again. Down the front stretch, Luigi under attack from Kukulon to turn 1. 21 down to that yellow line. This time a better 1 and 2 on the entrance. They race side by side down the backstretch. Luigi trying to get the run off the top side. Pulls back out of the 21, but the inside still there for the 21 to turn 3. Sebastian Kukulon grabs second away from Luigi, who might be able to slot in line just behind that 21. I think he's going to be able to. The 9 not close enough. He just got around Carter Friesen. Patrick Smith coming as well, looking to sweep here at Rockingham. He's up to 6th. How about Zachary Fitzwater Sr. 7th? Joe Jefferson 8th. And the battle for next to Dane Lloyd and Nathan Steele from the front 10 pulled away. And 11th place is Max Anderson right there, gaining a good amount of points to try and pull ahead of Trip McGinnis. The 19 currently scored 14th, so not too bad for him. And how about Jacob Davidson? He's 1 point behind the 19, coming in this race 25th. He needs to make up some good some progress or have some great pit strategy to try and gain the position team needs. So it's still into Charles Kukulon, Luigi, 1, 2, 3. For fourth, Carter Friesen back to the inside. Charles Robert trying to get that fourth position back. Robert drives off the top side, now to turn 3. Friesen looking low again. Great 3 and 4 for Carter Friesen back in the gas very soon. And Friesen's going to grab fourth at the start-finish line. But for the lead, Kukulon is heating it up. He's close and into Charles Ball to turn 1. 00 a little up the racetrack. 21 is there as well. They race in line down the back stretch. Kukulon trying to get the run whenever he can. 00 up the racetrack through 3 and 4. The 21 a little bit lower. Kukulon gaining through 3 and 4. Here comes the 21. Down low down the front stretch. He is there. One mistake out of the 00. The 21 will fly on around to turn 1. Lower once again for Kukulon. This time, get on corner exit. Side by side off turn 2 and down the back stretch. Kukulon the inside for him as they race off to turn 3. Drives it down to that yellow line. Slides up. He has the lead. Sebastian Kukulon out front of the Toyota 400 as he passes Anton Charles falls back to second, but is still within range of that 21. Anton Charles coming back. Don't count him out quite yet. He just made a mistake one of those laps. He had to regroup, and now he's back in it. Back in the gas off turn 2. Oh! Slid up almost in the wall. He was completely sideways. A four-wheel slide off turn 4 or off turn 2. Great save on the 00. But you see how worn these tires again. You saw that with the 00. How sideways he was coming off turn 2. You can see these lap times. How much they've fallen off. A whole second they have fallen off. Right to Charles Watts over a second. So Luigi just hanging out there with Carter Friesen, 4th, Patrick Smith 5th. And falling back is Charles Harvey. Falling back to 7th. And now the pressure of Joe Jefferson. He might fall back to 8th. Almost 3 wide back there as Max Harrison moves around Danny Lloyd and Nathan Stapleton. The 16 and the 19 come forward, the 20 as well. So I mean, a lot of these front runners in the championship, the 98, the 19, and the 20, they are running up towards the front. The 99 the only one we're missing. He's in the middle of the field. So Jacob Davidson really needs to rebound on this bad day. Kukulon has pulled away. He is gone from the 00 Vintage Charles Baugh. Pulling away down the backstretch. Single file and spread out for about the front 3-4 cars. Battle for 5th back there. Fitzwater to the inside. Patrick Smith trying to get his way inside the top 5. Fitzwater up to 5th. He passes Patrick Smith the 14 back to 6th. And Robert still trying to fend off Joe Jefferson 7th and 8th. And Max Anderson coming in 9th. That 98 coming fast to turn 1. He can get a few more positions right here in front of him. That is his teammate, but also a chaser. And that is a point in front of him. So even though they're teammates, I'm sure he's not going to be too patient getting around that 9. He might get him in the bumper up the racetrack if he needs to. Let that 9 keep pulling it up. Yeah, because just ahead of the 9 as well is another 20 Patrick Smith. And then you have Cole Luigi up here, and you have the 21 Kukulon. I mean, there are some points to be gained here at the front of the field. Kukulon doing a great job as they go through 1 and 2. Pulling ahead. Anton Charles Baugh trying to close back in as they race their way down the backstretch. Back there, Joe Jefferson out of lines. The 98 Max Harrison moves to his inside. That's for 8th. 98. They get by through 3 and 4 in the inside lane. So Anderson up to 8th. And Joe Jefferson falls back to 9th. Now Anderson trying to run down the 9 of Charles Hart for 7th. And for Carter Friesen in 4th is getting run down by the 47 of Zachary Fitzwater Sr. At the front end of Charles Bois and Kukulon running crazy number lap times. However, the 00 really missed a point to that time by a little wide and fell back. Now the big thing here about this race is about when you come down pit road. If you come down earlier, you're going to get those tires earlier, you will get ahead of some of the drivers you may be behind, might leapfrog them on strategy. However, later in the race, the tires will wear faster and you might lose the time you gained. So the question is, do you pit sooner or later? In my mind, I've seen here at Rockingham, pitting sooner has worked much better than pitting later. So we'll just have to see which strategy prevails here today in the Toyota 400. Kukulon, the 21, pulling advantage Charles Bois and Cole Luigi. Spread out for the front 3, then 4th and 5th are closing together. Max Anderson has just gotten around the 9, he just got around the 14, Anderson up to 6th, the 98 flying forward. And the 9 is losing a ton of ground. Just lost time to his teammate Trip McGinnis. Just lost a position to the 20th Stephen Taylor. 2 chasers go around the 9. Charles Harbert wore his stuff out earlier in this race, it looks like. And the 98 has saved his stuff for later in the race. He's coming forward. We passed the halfway point here at Rockingham. Max Anderson up to 6th and running down Fitzwater for 5th. Be a great point there for that 98. He lost the points after Texas with a bad race. But he's only 4 points behind the 19. Can he gain those 4 points here today with the 19 running so strong? Here we go. We got pit stop starting 38. We'll hit pit road. That is smart by Friesen, who's run 4th. Hit pit road earlier than anyone. Friesen, can he gain the time? Joe Jefferson yields to pit road. Adam McDowell Danny Lloyd in the 56. Jake Galloway in the 11. They've hit pit road. They are starting the pit cycles. And the 5, the 31, the 99 has come down. The 24, the teammates of the A3 and the A2. 77 in the whole back half of the field's come down pit road early. Kukulon will hit this time. Along with the 00, the 42 will come in. Anderson, the 98, will stay out on the racetrack. Trying an insane strategy. Max Anderson staying out lap later than everyone. So it'll be Max Anderson on that strategy. Does anyone else stay out with them? Right now I see no one staying on the racetrack with the 98 Max Anderson. And it looks like that he is the only one that has stayed out on the racetrack. Stuart McGinnis as well has stayed out. So Anderson, 4 points by McGinnis. They both used the same strategy. 98 will come down this time to pit road. Stuart McGinnis the same. Now how does Friesen fare? Coming off pit road. He pitted a lap sooner than the race leaders like Kukulon and Charles Bois. Let's see where the 21 is on pit exit. Here he leaves. They've made contact on pit road. The A3 has made contact with a few others. Cars are leaving everywhere. Kukulon has to slow down the 21. Charles Bois gains time. And here comes Friesen, the 38. Rounding 1 and 2 with fresher tires and speed. Carter Friesen will get by the 00. Can he get around? The 21 to the high side he goes. Through 3 and 4. Side by side on pit exit. Friesen up top, Kukulon down low. And it looks like the high side's going to not work for the 38. Kukulon inches at the start-finish line as they race to turn 1. The guy around the 98 Max Anderson is going to lose a ton of ground. Kukulon still side by side with Friesen as they race their way to turn 3. Kukulon tried to slide up front of the 38, almost contact made. 38 now to the back bumper of the 21. Here comes Carter Friesen for the lead down to the inside. Side by side with 25 to go. Now to turn 1. Anton Traub on third is closing in. Carter Friesen the 38 rockets to the front here at Rockingham. He's your new race leader. Friesen out front of the Toyota 400 side by side. Anton Traub trying to get to second on Sebastian Kukulon. He'll get to the inside and get by through 3 and 4. So Anton Traub back up to second. Kukulon back to third. Fourth place now Joe Jefferson. Fifth is Fitzwater. They have Patrick Smith in sixth. Seventh place is now Max Anderson. 8th, 9th, 10th, and look at the drama that Cole Luigi's in. The 42 losing a ton of ground on those pit cycles outside the top 10. And drivers like Jake Galloway, Danny Lloyd, Nathan Stimpton, we've not talked about them all race, they're inside the top 10 now. Carter Friesen stuck by the 48th of Anthony Hernandez as a lap car. Friesen leading, trying to pull ahead of Anthony Charles, pull away and win here in Season 8 of the Gatorade Cup Series. Good 1-2 for him. Here comes Anton Charles Bois. Sebastian Kukulon coming back already. The 21 a little bit faster right now. Remember, Charles Bois just got around Kukulon. Kukulon trying to get right back around the 00. We're about to find out. Down the front stretch. 3 cars pull away. It's a 3-car race at the front unless we get a caution flag. 4th place, Joe Jefferson, a good ways back. And then you have, 5th place right now running. See some cars on pit road. I think they were the ones that are involved in the contact on pit road that I mentioned. Maybe on there getting service done. Off the racetrack for Anton Charles Bois. Kukulon the chaser to the inside as they race through 3 and 4. Sebastian Kukulon, 21 laps to go. Side by side with Anton Charles Bois for a second. Trying to get the car Friesen to turn 1. It's down low. Can he run that 38 down? Is the big question here. Carter Friesen was pretty fast there taking off. However, will he be slower now? Later in the run is the big question. We're going to find out. Friesen, 38. The racetrack a little through 3 and 4. Kukulon closing in. 20 to go at Rockingham. Sebastian Kukulon looking for another Gatorade Cup Series win. Same with Carter Friesen in the 38. They race down the backstretch. 1 and 2. Anton Charles on third. If these two start battling and wearing their stuff out, watch for that 00 to close in big time. Joe Jefferson in 4th. Patrick Smith looking for the sweep here at Rockingham in 5th. Fitzwater 6th. 7th place is Max Anderson with Jake Galloway, Steven Taylor, Danny Lloyd. 8th, 9th, and 10th. 11th is Cole Luigi, and then two teammates 12th and 13th. How about the strategy for Jacob Davidson there? 99 up to 14th, ahead of the 19. That is a point, and they would be tied in the point standings. But can the 99 hold it? Is the big question. With 20 games of position, the 98 further ahead. So, my gosh, it could be a close points battle coming down to it. Friesen held up from Sampson. 18 to go to the inside, a little tight down the bottom lane. Friesen gonna get around, but he's gonna bring Kukulon with them. They're going to race side by side. The 7 and the 21 are down the backstretch, but the 21 is there now. Right to the back of the 38 to turn 3. Friesen did a good job. They're not overdriving 3 and 4. Coming to 17 to go. There are 3 cars under the blanket for the lead. It's Carter Friesen, Sebastian Kukulon, into trouble. Kukulon with low to turn 1 down the inside. Didn't have the nose down there, didn't have the run. 3 cars, nose to tail down the backstretch. Joe Jefferson, 4th, trying to close in with Patrick Smith in 5th. Friesen up the racetrack through 3 and 4. Kukulon coming to the 20. Now, 16 to go at Rockingham. Friesen again leads. Kukulon can't get there quite yet to the inside to turn 1. A little tight down low, trying to get the run on the exit though. But Carter Friesen powers off the top to stay ahead. Into the wall for the 7 of Sampson, he drops back. Joe Jefferson keeps 4th, Smith is 5th. Those are 2 teammates, remember, from SHR. 15 to go this time by. Carter Friesen, mirror driving at Rockingham. Kukulon to the inside down the front stretch. He has the nose to turn 1 side by side for the lead. Friesen off the top, trying to get the run with the 21 down low, committed in the gas. Into Charles Bob, where's he going the 0-0? They race side by side still for the lead. Where's Into Charles Bob go? Does he go 3 wide? He lets off. Kukulon back out front at Rockingham. Charles Bob through to second, 14 to go. Kukulon, we saw last run when he got out front, he pulled away from the 0-0. Will he do the same here today with the, will he do the same here this run with Into Charles Bob? He is pulling away down the backstretch. Joe Jefferson about with Patrick Smith, that's for 4th. But Kukulon pulling away already, the 21, the fastest car here, and he's showing it. Pulling away already from the 0-0, he just got out front, he's already gapping the 0-0. He was 3/10 faster last time by the anti-Charles Block. Kukulon rocketing ahead, 13 to go, 12 to go this time by. Carter Friesen in the wall for 3rd. Friesen drops back. Now it's just a race between the 21 and the 0-0, but is it even going to be a race? Kukulon still gapping that 0-0 inch by inch. 12 to go at Rockingham. Now the only thing that's bad for Kukulon is there is lap traffic ahead. If he starts getting held up by the 71 Just Lightning or something like that, then Charles Block could close back and could make it a race. And we saw at Texas, it's never over until it's over. We saw Steven Taylor leading at the white flag have to come down the pit lane. Back here, Patrick Smith going to grab 4th from his teammate Joe Jefferson. 5th place, now to 39. We have 6th and 7th right there in the battle. Steven Taylor way up the track from 8th, and Cole Luigi trying to get a point there. Those are 2 chasers. And Luigi right now just a little bit faster. That 42 was a top 3 car, probably top 5 car today. But fell back there with the pit stops and whatnot. And now he's back there battling for 8th. He wants that point right there in front of him. And with Jacob Davidson right now inside the top 15, and Trent McGinnis just trying to get around some of these drivers, this could be Davidson to take over the points lead, depending on where all these other chasers finish in this race. Kukulon's just left the 71 Just Lightning without issue. And he is pulled away. He's coming to 9 to go, Sebastian Kukulon is. And right now, as long as nothing goes wrong for him, as long as there's no caution flag, something like that, I mean, this could be his day, his race to lose, I think, for Sebastian Kukulon. 9 to go here at Rockingham. No real battles inside the top 10. Right here, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. has gotten passed by Max Anderson, moves him back to 7th. This battle for 8th and 9th, Steven Taylor and Cole Luigi. This could get dramatic to the end of the race. We're coming to 8 to go this time by. Luigi's all over the back of the 20 of Steven Taylor, trying to get around him at any point. He can't look at the 20 a little tight through the corners. 42 is better overall, and right there he gains that time through 3 and 4. The 7 is ahead of Riley Sampson. 20 jumps down to the bottom of him. Jacob Davidson looking for 11th on Nathan Stevenson. Just wants to get 1 spot further forward, away from the 19 kids. McGinnis has a late race charge, and I'm going for all these drivers. 8th and 9th has gotten around the 7 of Sampson. The 20 in 8th, the 42 in 9th. We look back up to the lead, which is Kukulon just pulling away. 7 to go for him. The gap to the 0-0 over a second. Kukulon pulling ahead. Into Charles Bois trying to close in, but time is running out. His car just isn't like the 21s at this point in the race. Steven Taylor's pulled away from Cole Luigi a little bit. Give himself a little bit of breathing room for 8. Now as he goes through 3 and 4. Kukulon still pulling ahead. Has 6 to go at Rockingham. The gap back to the 0-0. It's like it's stabilized. Just over a second. Even if Anton Charbonne starts gaining, it would have to be a big chunk. Because we're coming to 5 to go, over a second back. He would need at least 2/10 a lap to be competitive. Come through 3 and 4. Sebastian Kukulon sees 5 to go. A big mark for him. Yellow flag would end it. So he knows he will not have to deal with a restart today. 5 to go at Rockingham. Gap once again is stabilizing. It's at 1.16. Anton Charbonne is not gaining or losing. The problem is he's not gaining. I mean, Wide that time. Carter Friesen closing in for a second. This could be a good battle for the second position. We'll come to 4 to go. Sebastian Kukulon has 4 laps left at Rockingham. And a chance for another Gatorade Cup Series victory in his resume. That time he pulled away from the Del Zero and Charles Bois. And he's continuing to do that lap after lap. The 21 is stout here today. Just not making any mistakes. Very smooth and solid here today at Rockingham. Now back there for 8th is still between the 20 and the 42. There's a good battle for 8th and 9th. Stephen Taylor trying to hold off Cole-Luigi once again for both of them. That is a point. Cole-Luigi wants that point to get closer to championship contention. Stephen Taylor wants that point to close down to the points today. I mean, this is intense right here with 3 to go for Cole-Luigi and Stephen Taylor. That's 8th and 9th. A point on the line for these two right here. Luigi can gain a point. Stephen Taylor can lose a point. Max Anderson closing down on Joe Jefferson trying to get his way inside the top 5. It's not a chase spot in front of him. Look at Luigi driving down to the yellow line. Let off in the corner, but look at him on the exit. A great run back in the gas early. Cole-Luigi inside Stephen Taylor. He's trying lap after lap to get around. And finally does. Cole-Luigi to 8th over Stephen Taylor. But at the front, coming to the white flag for Sebastian Kukulon. He's pulled a huge gap over the double zero. Almost a second and a half for Sebastian Kukulon as he comes off turn 4. No one close enough to pressure him in his mirror. White flag in the air. Last lap in the Toyota 400 for Sebastian Kukulon. It's been a forgettable chase for the 21 team. Struggling in this chase. The first 9 races, mediocre. Only one good chase race this season for Kukulon. But as he races his way through 3 and 4, he'll pick up another Gatorade Cup Series victory off turn 4. Sebastian Kukulon wins at Rockingham for the Wood Brothers and the number 21 team. And does Cole-Luigi beat Stephen Taylor back to the start-finish line? He does. Luigi does get 8th. And Max Anderson could not get up inside the top 5. Joe Jefferson will be the last one to finish inside the top 5. Dominating day here at the Rock for Sebastian Kukulon as he wins the Toyota 400. Just some good momentum on his side. His final 2 races, even though he can't win the championship. Just trying to go out and win whatever race he can. Kukulon did just that here today. The 21 wins at Rockingham, as we'll now go check the finishing results and see how the chase was affected due to this race. Here are the finishing results from the Toyota 400 at the Rockingham Speedway. There was only 1 caution flag for 4 laps and 6 lead changes, 5 different drivers leading laps in this race. And with Sebastian Kukulon, 26 laps led for him, the most of anyone here today, almost half the race, ends up in victory lane at Rockingham. With N10 Charles Bois, 12 laps led for him in second. Carter Friesen, 10 laps led for him in third. So the front 3 combined to lead a good amount of the race. 48 laps, if I do believe, they led of the 60. Then Patrick Smith in 4th and Joe Jefferson, his teammate, in 5th. Max Harrison up to 6th. Great points today for him with Zachary Fitzwater Sr. 7th. Cole-Luigi closing in 8th. Stephen Taylor 9th. And Danny Lloyd rounds out the top 10. Looking at the top 20 mentioned now, if Trip McGinnis went on a late race charge, Jacob Davidson wanted every point, every position he could get. Well, Davidson does fall behind Trip McGinnis at the end by a position, so the 19 passes the 99, and they are now not tied in points, but instead the 99 is now 2 points behind the 19 and is very close at the front of the points list. But how about inside the top 15, how many chasers there were? Sebastian Kukulon, Patrick Smith, Max Anderson, Cole-Luigi, Stephen Taylor, and look at Trip McGinnis and Jacob Davidson. That's 7 chasers inside the top 15. So those 7 chasers, they brought their stuff here today. And great job by the 919 though. Even though they didn't gain points on the points, in fact they lost a point, they still made it a race. They're back 26th battling before the pit cycles. So the pit cycles definitely helped them out. They pit at the right time, got the tires at the right time, and they ended up pulling away. Greg Torres back here. You can see Charles Robert from 3rd place. He led 10 laps in this race. That was a distant memory for that 19. They fell back and struggled greatly, finishing mid-pack in the 22nd position. Pound Pond and Salata both had damage, 25th and 26th. And obviously Salata pretty much over with his championship chances now. Lawrence Pound Pond struggling. He's fallen back. He's most likely not going to have a shot at the championship. You can see 31 cars finished on the lead lap. And you look at Justin Lightning, Jay Jefferson, Derek Hamill, Tim Gary, Alexander Rowe, Mathis Wells, Riley Sampson, all fell lap down under that pit cycle. Roberto Rivera from the pole on lap 1 to come down pit road with an issue. He falls to 39th lap down. Oliver Galloway and Keegan Thompson were both involved in the pit road collision. They had to stay extended time on pit road to get that repaired. And Josh Crash, obviously the header, the last chaser to finish. At the right side are the point standings, and it is very close once again among those front 4. It is Trip McGinnis with a 1-point gap over Max Anderson, 2 points over Jacob Davidson, and 4 points over Stephen Taylor. Those 4 within 4 points of each other. One small swing, and the points could shake it up drastically And then back behind them, tied for 5th, is Luigi and Patrick Smith. They are both 12 points out of the points, so they are not done yet. If Luigi or Smith have a great points day, and say those front 4 points have really bad days, they could close right up into it and make it maybe a 5-car or 6-car race for the championship at Homestead. 2 races left in the Gatorade Cup Series Season 8, and right now 4 points separate 4 drivers at the front of the points list. And right now I think it's really only a 6-man race. Anyone behind Luigi and Patrick Smith, it's going to be very hard, nearly impossible. Lawrence Poundpond maybe has the best chance of those drivers, but once again, I think it's just between those front 4. If something drastic happens at Atlanta, which we have seen in the past, some crazy stuff happened in this chase race at Atlanta, the 42 or the 14 can possibly close in depending on what happens. So it's going to be a wild final 2 races left. We go to 2 1.5-mile racetracks, but 2 of some of the best on the schedule. We go to the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Golden Corral 500. I will see you guys then.